Good afternoon, YouTube. I've never done an unboxing video, so this is definitely a first for me. We're going to be opening my precious. This is the Blackmagic URSA or URSA, depending on however you talk, 4K Mini with EF mount, meaning it takes Canon lenses. The reason I went with EF mount is because it's a little bit cheaper and it kind of opens up a lot more variety to lenses, at least for me. PL mounts are a little bit more expensive. And Canon's glass right now is pretty much on the top of the game. Before we get started, I know a lot of people are going to ask. I'm recording with a Sony CyberShot Mark whatever. Links for all that's in the description if you want the camera that I'm using to record this video with. Should do more lights. I absolutely hate the way regular yellow light bulbs look. I prefer the color of fluorescent white light, like natural lighting almost. So I'm recording the video off the Sony CyberShot, and then I'm also using some little Sony pocket recorder over here with a Rode mic attached to it, Rode shotgun mic. I think this is maybe like a $60 setup and the audio is pretty good. So this is just a good for a side camera. Since I'm not making an actual video, having it on the side like that's not a big deal. So like I said, I've never done an unboxing before, so I don't know really how to tackle this. I know a lot of people are probably gonna wonder why I have a gun next to me, and that's because I live in America all the time. Now, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I've always really been into camera equipment. I've just never had the money to afford it. Now that I'm doing YouTube full-time, I'm able to afford nicer cameras like so. For the past 5 or 6 years, I've really been watching the Blackmagic products, and I really like some of their stuff. Maybe not necessarily their cameras. This is my first time ever experiencing one of their cameras because this is their first really affordable but really powerful camera. You know, you look at the regular URSA, which is the full-bodied URSA, that thing is ridiculously big, and it's expensive as well. So I finally decided to commit and buy a nice 4K camera that I want to use for projects and stuff like that. 2 minutes now and I haven't opened the box yet. I'm really bad at this. So yeah, I want to use this to make really awesome videos and stuff in the future. I'll be talking about price points and setups as I open this. So I guess let's get fucking started. So let's get fucking started, right? Let's go. Neatly cut the plastic open. Yeah. Oh, that's smooth like butter. This is what opening videos are about, like ASMR hour, except with opening things. Fresh plastic. Oh yeah, get naked, you filthy whore. I've been bouncing back and forth between owning this and the A7S II or the A7R II, and I was thinking about it. I don't own any Sony lenses. I own a few Canon lenses. Battery life was also another concern for me with the A7S. I heard the battery life's pretty shit. Now, there's a lot of ways to compare it. You know, the A7S versus this. The A7S is way better in low light. It's more practical. It's a smaller camera. You know, it's smaller than a full frame camera like this. This is a full frame DSLR, and it's smaller than this. It's just more cut down and more petite. Sony did a really good job making a camera like that that's so powerful and such a compact design. A camera like this, it's a little bit more expensive. Kind of have to build them up. You have to build a rig. You know, once you build a rig, this can do more than what a regular DSLR can do, just because of the format and the build that you can make with this. And you know, you can always go crazy with it with a DSLR and do the same, but things are way more readily available for cameras like this. So let's continue opening, since it's been like 4 minutes and I still haven't opened the fucking thing. I'm just gonna wedge my hand up in there. Oh yeah. Look at that, look at this little welcoming thing. Fuck out of here. This is also another benefit, I guess, that comes with the camera. You get the DaVinci software. This is what everyone came to watch, right? Like, not me talk about dicks. Oh, there she is. Look at this thing. This is a lot bigger than I was anticipating, which is good. I like that. Put that off to the side because I'm not going to use that right now. Guessing this is probably just power supplies. I thought this thing didn't come with a battery. It's probably just a cable. Someone made a joke and said that the top of this looks like a Coyote motor from a Mustang. I'm like, yeah, it does. Oh, you know what? It's actually really light. Holy crap. Things get the fuck out of here. Did they like splice the shit myself? What is going on here? What's important to know that this is the 4K, not the 4.6K. The 4.6K is, you know, 0.6K more, I guess. It's also $2,000 more retail. This came in right at $3,118 to my house, shipped with overnight shipping and a protection plan on it. So I could throw this thing out of an airplane and the company would still replace it for me probably. Real quick, in case anybody wondering where I got it from, I ordered it through Adorama. I think that's how you pronounce their company. A lot of people said that they were kind of shady. I saw a lot of negative reviews about this company, but they got me a camera the next day. I ordered it and the camera was here. No issues, packaging was acceptable. So back up in my office right now, I switched from downstairs to kind of do this in an appropriate setting for me. This is easier for me to do videos in here because I got a nice microphone, I'm comfortable, and lighting's a little bit cooler, plus America. I've had a chance to kind of get the camera set up the way I'm going to use it, and I've had a chance to dick around with it a little bit and kind of figure some stuff out about it. And now that I figured I've done that, since I've unboxed it and done all that, it's time for me to kind of go in a little bit more depth about it. So all the footage that I've shot so far is either with, I have just this really piece of shit 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens, I think actually I got from my Canon T3i back in the day. Like, yeah, I've also got this prime Canon 28 millimeter lens, and I'm still kind of struggling to use the camera. You know, it's my first real camera that like I've gone hard into and kind of built up. And one thing I've learned is that it's expensive to build these up. For this type of camera, it's going to be a lot more than it is if you just get like a generic 4K point and shoot DSLR. Right now I'm shooting this on the Sony Mark IV Cybershot, one of the two. I don't know which one it is. I mean, it does great for this type of stuff, but for what I needed this for, I needed a more camera-y camera, I guess. Does that make sense? A more camera-y camera. I mean, there is a learning curve with this camera, and it's taken me a minute or two to really get used to it. And I've got it set up now the way I want to use it, and man, it is pretty much overkill as of right now. Obviously, you need an external battery for these. There's not an internal battery given to you. Like, there's no internal power source at all. They just kind of give you a studio port right here, and then you just plug this into the wall. And that's great if you're recording like in a house or in a studio, but if you're doing out in the field recording, you definitely need an external battery. So I went with the Juicebox V-mount battery right here, and I haven't had to charge it since I've put it on the camera. Another thing to note is that the camera only takes CFast 2.0 cards, which are both expensive and not that big, comparatively anyway. A 256 gigabyte will run you around $600 new. I did a little bit of digging and I found this this company that makes this converter box right here that accepts solid state drives, and they vary from which ones you can use. There's not very many options as of right now as to what SSD cards you can use. I picked up a 500 gigabyte SD card for about $180, and it works great with this. This adapter is ludicrously priced. It is absolutely ridiculous. It comes with this little, LED, like, hey, you gotta turn it on. This thing's priced $600 right here. This little box right here. All it does is convert these CFast plugs directly into a SSD reader, which is just, I think, is too much to ask for. But I bought it anyway because it's kind of the only option that I had at the time. Now there's a couple of tutorials online showing you how to do it yourself, and they're all within $20 of each other. I think if you want to do it yourself, it costs like $35 is what it'll cost you. So 35 compared to 500, 600. I didn't do the research on that before I did this. Otherwise, I would have at least tried it first, because what's 35 compared to $600? You might as well at least give it a shot. I struggled a lot actually when I was recording out. When I took this thing out recording my motorcycle today, when I got home, I noticed that all the footage was like hella grainy, super grainy. Almost, as a matter of fact, it was so thick I thought it was the fixed pattern noise that you always hear about these cameras having. And I was like, holy shit, this is a lot worse than I thought it was. And then I started looking at some settings, and I started reading some stuff, and I don't know how it got checked, but there is a... I don't know how it got checked, but there is a setting in here for more detail. It's basically an internal sharpener, and it blows. So don't use that. Make sure to turn it off. It was on when I turned on the camera, I guess, and I just started to go through the settings, and I found it, and I turned it off, and instantly... the next stuff I started to record was way better quality, and it didn't have that grainy look to it, and it looked like, and it gave it the look that you'd expect from a $3,000 camera. Now in the future, I am going to be putting some better glass on here, like I said, right now, and that's the reason I got the EF mount, is because I had Canon lenses lying around that I wasn't using, and I figured I'd at least try them out before I spent you know, $1,000 or $2,000 on some glass. Oh my God, who's calling me?
I'm calling about your motorcycle. If it is still for sale,
no.
We still are.
And honestly, this little this I think this 28mm right here is about $400, $500 right now, and it did pretty well for how cheap it is. I'm going to be investing in a little bit better. I think a 16 to 35mm will probably do exactly what I want it to do, and they're still reasonably priced. They're under $1,500. God, I feel so much more professional than I normally am with my setup. You know, I got like things here, and I've got like things here, and then I got a thing here, and I haven't said the word dick at all throughout this entire video. It's really starting to bother me. It is not a low light camera. This thing does not perform well in low light. Matter of fact, this room right now, with how it's lit, is probably the lowest amount of light you want to feed this camera. I mean, it looks fine on the CyberShot, because the CyberShot's ISO actually does pretty good. It goes, I don't know how much how much it goes up to on the CyberShot, for instance. It's got a much higher ISO than this camera does, I promise you. Right now, I think this thing is limited to 800 ISO. I'm pretty sure that the 4.6K goes up to 1600 ISO, but still, that's nothing. I think my iPhone does that. Fuck, whatever. And I'm just talking about the camera and my experiences with it. It's definitely not a review. Once I start to kind of get more in depth with this camera, I start using it and figuring out how to make my videos not suck absolute dick in the bad way, then I will start to do a review on it, because I want to be able to bring to you guys a real review where I actually can talk about the product and know what the fuck I'm talking about, versus just my first experiences. It's like my first ride versus like my 100th ride, you know? All in all, I'm really pleased with the purchase of this particular camera. I was really uncertain if I wanted to go this route, and honestly, it's probably not the best route for me. An A7S or an A7R II probably would have been way more up my alley for what I want to use this camera for, but I'm definitely happy that I went ahead and went with something like this. That way, in the future, if I do break into like making more legit movies, I have a legitimate setup. Can I help you? Can I help you? I'm doing a video. Don't lick me. I'm doing a video. You're adorable. So that way, if I do break into that type of stuff a little bit more than what I'm doing now, I'll have some really good equipment and I can use it, and I'll know how to use it. My dog keeps bugging me. It's a camera. Does it smell like $3,000? Besides this Sony CyberShot, I've not really done anything with cameras that much, and the Sony CyberShot has done me well. But it was time for me to step it up, and I think I may have taken a couple more steps than I needed to, but you know what? Fuck stairs, right? Yeah, fuck stairs. Do whatever you want to do. And that's the moral of this story. Buy whatever the fuck you want to buy, because you're a YouTuber, and this is technically a tax write-off at the end of the year for me. So, yeah, that works. That works. I like that. I definitely like that. Well, I'm really excited to see what I can do with this camera. I've got a lot of cool shit in mind for it. I'm going to bring it to the Texas meetup if I go. I'm still on the fence about whether I'm going or not because of like how the time has worked out so far. But I plan on going at this point to the Texas meetup, and I will have this camera there, and I will fucking try to learn how to use it and make some dope-ass video ropes. In the meantime, I think he has to poop, so I'm going to bring this camera with me and film some stuff while he does that. Wag your tail if you have to poop. I think that's a poop.